Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm not super worried if my face shows. I've got a mask on, so no worries. I get a little stressed out when I see that with other people, so I like the title of this, I like the title of this stream, and now I want Taco Bell. I see, the thing is, saying stoned feels dramatic because it was like a third of a bowl. I just wanted my Taco Bell to taste a little better because I haven't been able to eat very much for quite some time, and due to some recent changes, I suddenly have had a strong appetite. Uh, and so I was like, I haven't been able to really enjoy food in a while. Let's really enjoy this. So, here we are. Jay, hello, hello. How are you? I'm gonna start unwrapping my food because I'm a hungry boy right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this quietly, so I'm going to move off mic so I can do it as muffled as possible. Scissors! Am I ASMing your R yet? Stoned? How stoned? Not very. It's just enough for my Taco Bell to be delicious. Ugh. Now I have to very carefully navigate back around my microphones. Okay. Hello. I have been having these weird cravings for spicy food lately. And I will say, just as a heads up, this is going to be sort of ASMR in the casual sense of the word. ASMR in the sense that I can speak into one ear and then I can speak into the other. So, this was sprinkle it in. I'm going to be focused on eating first, and then we'll get more ASMR-y later. Taco Bell's always delicious indeed. I was really craving it just because I wanted something spicy. And their new, whatever, caliente chicken da-da-da. I feel like the names of everything at Taco Bell, it's all gotten so long. All the new items. Okay, so as a heads up, there's going to be a lot of eating sounds, a lot of close crunching sounds. So if you don't like that, probably the next maybe 15 minutes are not going to be for you. Because I need to eat. And I know some people like eating sounds. Some people just hate them. So catering to all audiences, do you know? I'm kind of obsessed with this setup. So cute. Thank you. I've been moving stuff around and just every time I stream I've been doing something a little different. It's kind of hard because first of all I have to be working within the cable distance of my computer. I gotta be able to get the video to my computer, so that's important. But then the rest of my room like isn't very big, so hey, I think I have like 3 or 4 angles, but you guys will pretty soon start seeing they're gonna all begin looking the same. Trying to eat with long hair, so hard. What's that food scratching thing that everybody does in cooking videos to show you how crispy something is? Me eating plastic strands off my wig when munching. Yeah, I remember the pain of that. I loved cosplaying characters with long hair and everything a long while back, and I just remember the experience of eating in them every time. It's so bad. Sensory nightmare girl, absolutely. I don't know if I should stay in the just chatting or the ASMR category right now. Kind of doing a little bit of both. I'm trying not to be too loud. Maybe I'll switch over to the ASMR. Hold on, give me 1 second. Wahoo! We've teleported over. Trying to make it around this mic stand is so clunky. I can't move anything about it to show you easily, but it might tip over. But this whole like silver thing here is all like a mic shield that goes all the way around, and it's pretty. I think it's bigger than it looks right here. Salem bot did not ping people, by the way. What the fuck? Why not? It's okay. This will be a special Twitch only stream. It's just there's so many cables and stuff in my room and everything right now. I have my microphone cables going to my audio interface, which is already like kind of buggy and loose. I have my lights. I have both of my camera cables. It's too much. It's too much. I did this to myself. It's a hell of my own making. It's funny sometimes when you're doing this kind of stuff, like with ASMR, you have to be careful, like when you're eating, because they're just sort of normal habits that you have. Like, I tend to eat pretty fast, so I tend to take a bite of something and I kind of, well, I don't eat fast, but I chew fast. So I do everything fast because I'm anxious. um, so where the fuck was I even going with that? That was a useless thought for sure. There was nothing worthwhile coming of that. I don't believe. So we'll move on. I want my other taco. Ah. To be clear, that's not a stoned thing. That's just how my brain is because of other life stuff things. Hungry for Tex-Mex. It's time to go make a grilled quesadilla. Ooh, that sounds good. Everything kind of just sounds good to me this last day or so. Because I started a new sleep medication. But it makes me very hungry. Which is alright because I'm not a food motivated person, so I can kind of like notice I'm hungry and be like, nope, I ate 4 hours ago. I'm fine. I'm okay. But uh, uh, yeah, so it's just dealing with that. I'm like, wow, I have an appetite again. I haven't had this in God since I think it started when I was like midway through my year in Japan. So probably about 2 years back now, maybe. Oh, my stomach. Sorry. Um, yeah, I just kind of slowly lost my appetite over time, and now, damn, I think I ate like half a pizza or something last night, or which is just way more than I could usually eat in one sitting. That used to not be a lot for me, but now, you know, yeah, it's a med. Well, the not being able to eat wasn't a med thing, but now being able to eat again is a med thing. Seeing if ASMR with your particular job is a good combo. Good luck. I hope so. Luckily, it's not too ASMR-ish here. It's some just gonna be sort of occasional sounds and occasionally dropping my voice down closer to the microphone, a little quieter. So occasionally we'll do this, but I can like feel a stomach gurgle coming on, and I was really hoping it wasn't going to do it right when it was like super quiet. That's crazy. You can be craving and munching again now. I know. It's nice. It's nice to be able to like eat a decent amount. I was like literally anytime I would go out to eat. I realized recently I should have been ordering off the kids menu for quite some time now, but I was not. But I got like a kids meal from somewhere, and I was like, wow, that was the perfect amount of food for when I'm feeling hungry. I have everybody's favorite from yesterday too. My barks with a straw. And look, this is, I haven't even undone it yet, so I can. That was a pretty mediocre sound. It was alright. It was fine. explain this, but like I haven't felt hunger as like an emptiness in some time. I've felt it, it's been more of a feeling of like, hey bitch, you need some lettuce. You need, like, you're feeling malnourished. Go eat something. Less than it was like a, it was like I would notice the physical signs. Um, Apple bottom jeans barks with a straw is so fucking good. That's so funny. Love that. Um, oh shit, I love that so much. I threw myself off my. Oh no no no! I got there. I got back. Uh, my stomach. It was like a feeling of like the side effects of hunger. Like I would look down at my hands after noticing I hadn't eaten for a while, and I would be like doing this, which was not great, not ideal. But I just didn't have the room in my stomach when I would try to eat, and now it's like my stomach feels hollow, which is, obviously a feeling I'm familiar with. It's just been some time, but it's nice being able to eat again. It's nice being able to sleep again. I'm still a bit groggy in the mornings, and that lasts a while with this new sleep medication, but I did find out it's funny, like, it's only, like, you can only take this medication if certain other things are wrong, I was gonna say wrong with you, but that's a self-directed joke. If you are dealing with any other conditions, for anybody else, uh, but you can only take it, like, if you meet those certain things, so it's like an exclusive club I don't know that I wanted to be part of, but hey, it gets me a sleeping medication. Next time I get a soda case, I'm drinking it with a straw in your honor. There's our despawn, so we got half an hour after this. Rid of the black squares. And now we're back. Hello. Hello, hello. I have like a strong stomach gurgle coming and I hate it. I can feel it coming. But I promise you, it's a superior way of drinking a soda in a can. Because it sort of like limits. I go through soda so much faster when I'm not using a straw. Because, like, you get the experience of the drink without having so much of the drink come at you at once. I think too much about this shit. It's why? Just drink the damn soda. That's at myself, to be clear. You must achieve a level 4 friendship with your pharmacist to have this medication for real. I think I've maxed out the relationship meter with my pharmacist by this point. It feels fancier drinking from a straw too. Yeah. I've always, like, I think this was a habit I picked up as a kid. Like, maybe like in some cartoon or something, that, like, it was probably SpongeBob now that I think about it. Like, something about pinkies up. And so I think as a kid I would try and, like, have my pinky, like, out a little bit because it felt fancy. But then, like, and now I think I just do it because I'm fruity. So my hand is, like, delicate. Uh, so my pinky just tends to kind of, if I'm holding something, like, sometimes, I'll use my full hand, but a lot of the times, like, I'll just kind of, like, have my pinky, like, floating too. But yeah, it's just, sorry, I cracked my knuckle right into the microphone. Did not mean to do that. But no, yeah, it's I think I picked it up from there because now I don't think about it. I just do it automatically. And I got like roasted in high school fairly often for it because it's just like seeing like a fucking like sophomore in high school sitting there with a soda like pinky out. It's like, why are you doing that? Shut the fuck up. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I am. That's one of my favorite things to quote, and I feel like three people know it. Not every time, but just total. It falls flat every time, but I still love it. Back with my grilled cheese quesadilla with extra cheese grilled onto the outside because it's good. Ooh, fancy. When in doubt, pinky out. And I'm always in doubt, so my pinky is always out. Oh. Thinking of Lillian's quote from yesterday. Some artist never bumps the mic by accident. They bump it precisely how they mean to, something like that. Lillian's got some banger chat messages lately. I feel like every time Lillian drops something, I'm like, you're so fucking funny. Oh, sorry, my throat. I remember a while back you had this quote of "It's okay to have your wrong opinion," and now I've used that on some people. That's one of my favorite quotes to use in real life too. It's I used to be a bit more. I'm still a pretty obtuse person, I think, more than people would expect. I can be pretty stubborn, but and I can't blame it all on autism. Part of me is just stubborn. But one of my friends in high school, I'm still very good friends with, sent me the gif of a lady saying it's okay to have your wrong opinion, and she was like, "This is you. This you would say this," and I was like, "Yep, I sure would." And then I started saying it. The taco's hitting the stone hunger. Yeah, pretty well. The main thing I'm looking forward to is the fries. I've less even had like stone hunger. It's more like medication hunger. uh, did you see the announcement for the Hobbit cozy game already? I did not. I'm not. I don't tend to be super into like cozy games, but I'm always willing to look into them. I tend to be like contrary to literally anything that literally anything else about me is like rather than Stardew Valley and everything. Like I think it's just my gaming origin started with like Soul Calibur, um, the Inuyasha fighting game. Jesus Christ, I just unlocked a memory. One of the Naruto fighting games, Super Smash Brothers, um, and I just kind of continued down that route of liking things with a lot of like fast-paced action. Um, I saw the. I'm so sorry. I got off on a tangent. My messages are kind of hard to read, but I did see the message about. Um, Hold on. Let me scroll back because that was a nice message. I wouldn't say I'm salty about Balatro, like, but it was a moment where I was like, there was a little self satisfaction in being like, hey, 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 I like, not that I didn't, I found out about it because somebody else, that I follow on YouTube, played it, but yeah, no, it was a moment of smugness, I suppose. Miri, hey Salem, I want to. Oh, sorry, my chat's weird. Hey Salem, I wanted to thank you for your great audios. They helped me through some rough times. Miri, thank you so much. I'm glad. I appreciate it. Glad they helped you out. Ugh. You after Bellaccio got popular? Yeah, yeah, a little bit. But it wasn't in like a um I was glad everybody liked it and that everybody was finding it because I was like not in a hipster. It's just so hard to talk about this without sounding like a hipster, especially dressed like fucking this. Uh, uh, but no, it was more just like I just wanted to get people into it because it was really good, and everybody looked at it and they were like, "This is a card game," and I was like, "No, it's so much more." Hmm. Marcy, hello. Yeah, I think Bellatra was. I think the problem with Bellatra, the reason I didn't end up continuing with it, was mostly because it's they added so much, which is good for most people, I think, but for me, it became overwhelming. So I enjoyed the demo, and then I dipped, and that's okay. It was fun for a time. Plus, I think the hyper focus on it was kind of coming to an end by that point anyway. Balatro being up for Game of the Year was fucking wild. I know. There's like an internet like news show, Internet Today. It's such a good show. Highly recommend it. Very good for comedy oriented way of getting through the insane things that are happening. Uh, two guys, Ricky and Elliot, on there really carrying plenty of people through. I think. But yeah, no. Once I heard them talking about it on there, and I was like, this is gonna go viral. This is gonna break the internet. Um, Not to sound like a Gen X in 2018. Gen X boomer. I don't like shitting on Gen X too much. They also didn't get the best of hands. I'm still so hungry. But I'm trying to pace myself. Favorite beverage? Funny you should ask. A nice cold Barks root beer. I'd be doing like brand placement for a brand that I'm not sponsored by. I'm tired. Al needs to get back to work. Won't be able to chat, but I'll be listening. Good luck at work. Drinking green tea. I got some like a cherry blossom green tea. from Harney and Sons, I think was the brand the other day. It's very good. It's the second time I've gotten it, so it wasn't new to me, but I don't think it's actual cherry blossom. It's like green tea with like cherry flavor in it or something, but it's delicious nonetheless. One of those things where the aesthetic and the what would you call it? The aesthetic, and I guess the I'm trying to think of a different word, but the flavor of it are mismatched a little bit, but they're both good. Oh my gosh, there was one time I'm still a little sad I didn't get to try this how it was supposed to be. So there's like a tea you can make out of pickled cherry blossoms. You can pickle cherry blossoms to start, but the tea, you basically take like one or two leaves and you soak them in hot water, I think like you normally would tea, for like 3 to 5 minutes maybe. But again, you only use like one or two petals, I believe. I got a package of it, and the package is sized about like a tea bag. So I was like, and there was no real instructions on it, not even in Japanese, like where I could have, tried to read or Google Translate them or something. So I was like, okay, sure. I guess you just use the whole thing. So I used the whole thing, which was maybe 30 to 40 petals, which is a lot when you're meant to be using 1 to 2. And they're very salty. They're literally like coated in like a salt and brine. Like I said, they're pickled, so I don't know what the flavor is exactly supposed to be, but the flavor that I got was sort of akin to like pickle juice. It was sort of, that's it, sort of just pickle juice. So looked it up online later, did a little more digging. I think I looked it up like in a cursory view, but I think I probably looked up like cherry blossom tea or something, and it was like something about like green tea with cherry blossoms or something like that. And so then it was one of those things where it's like, I want to like, even if I don't love it, I want to like appreciate something that's new to me. So I'm like sitting there with this sakura brine in my hands, and I'm like, I only was able to make 1 cup of this. We're out. There's no more. So I have to like at least take a few sips and kind of figure out something to enjoy about this before I pour it down the drain. It turns out there was nothing to enjoy about it. It was just pickle juice. Actually came from your YouTube. I didn't even know you streamed on Twitch. Yeah, I think that tends to be how most people get to me on here, is through hopping through my links over on YouTube. Every once in a while people stop in, they'll be like, oh my god, I didn't know you did this here. I just came in and by surprise, found you. Which is even funnier on Reddit, where I post my spicy audios. Where people are like, oh, I clicked on this and I didn't know you did this, and oh my god. Very funny. But yeah. Oh, almost done with my taco. I have some of the like, they need to just bring back the Belgrande fries, please. They were so good. But I have their like current version of whatever fry thing, mishmash of the same 6 ingredients they use and everything else. Yeah, I got that and I really like that, but I don't know if I can eat that on stream. This might be a little too messy. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where I put some stuff. All out of my root beer. But I'm out of my tacos too, which means I should be able to actually focus on ASMR now. I'm gonna brew some more tea. Enjoy your tea. They think now that we're it's like one of the reasons I try and like keep my phone off stream and stuff. I was watching it like in the view. There's nothing like, I don't know, I'm just a private person. I don't like my stuff showing all over the place. But I picked it up and I'm just like, in the moments that I was like looking at somebody's reply to something, it was just like fully forgot I'm on stream. And I just, because that's how my focus is lately, it's just the second if it's on, or the second it's off of one thing and on another, it's like it's fully like gone onto a divergent train track. And sometimes the train track will sort of loop out and then come back in and we'll find our way back. And then other times it'll sort of keep going opposite directions and we never get back to it. Outdoor tea, especially green tea and chamomile. I drink tea, but I don't like tea. I don't know how else to explain that. It's good, but I don't like it. But I drink it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that says about me. Oof, bumping the mic again. That fucking Lilin quote is just always going to be in my head. What do you mean Taco Bell and root beer isn't the magical equation for a super clear throat? Ugh, I don't have any more drink with me either. Any more drink? What am I, a 1600s peasant in a tavern? I was testing out kind of sounds that my shirt and everything made earlier, and I do think this fabric makes some nice noises. I don't know how much like more sensitive noises are picking up for you guys. But I'm hoping well enough that you can hear, like, when I'm rubbing my shirt fabric and stuff, it feels like I can hear it in my headphones because I can hear my mics, but I don't know. Audio's hard. It's a little, I think the medium itself is a little more intimidating and by nature confusing just because we're so used to relying on our eyes to sort things out that when you have to sort things with your ears, it's suddenly a skill that is not well practiced. For most people, at least musicians, in general, I imagine are very good at it. That's something I was always bad at with music. I think I've gotten better at it because just as a side effect of having to do a lot of intensive listening. But yeah, I always had trouble with music in like my piano class and stuff. When people would say, like, you know, pick out a certain instrument, pick out like the bass guitar, the guitar, whatever. I couldn't do it, even if it was like just a distinct sounding instrument. Drums maybe were the best thing that I had a shot at, but God, you guys, I'm still so like groggy from this medication. I've like started closing my eyes a couple times while I'm talking and just like yapping with my eyes closed. I'm literally almost falling asleep yapping. I've literally like kind of just done this, and I sort of had to start myself back like that. You know, that thing where you're like about to fall asleep and you feel like you fall off a ledge. You suddenly wake yourself up scrambling. Track, hello. It's good to see you. How have you been? Surviving another work day. Wishing the sun would return. Good luck. Surviving another work day is real. I've started switching from saying like have a good day at work to family and friends to what am I usually saying nowadays? Something about like hope you get through work okay or something like that. I can't even remember what comes out like automatically. It's just like, hey, hope you get through it, buddy. I think we're all disillusioned. Nobody's having a good day at work. Well, maybe some days that's not true, but I think by and large, people are not leaving their jobs super enthused for them, or like in terms of, you know, regular jobs or whatever. I don't know. I never know how to make the distinction. Have a day, for sure. Raven Cycle reference immediately popping up in my brain. Days since Raven Cycle mentioned, 0. It's specifically the scene where it's been a while, so my names are fuzzy for me. But one of the psychics says something about today will be a day. And then it's emphasized that, and she said it like, and she said a day like a day. It's not an exact quote, but it's something in the ballpark. And I think that's how a lot of days are nowadays. Today will be a day. And it sure will. I'm so sleepy, guys. to take a nap. I want to take a nap so bad. I should have taken a caffeine pill before I started this. Caffeine pill doesn't like get me like back like up to where caffeine should. It kind of like from where I'm at just like brings me back up to like baseline. Oh, crunchy. I am kind of crunchy actually. Now that I think about it, everything feels very tight. I won't apologize for being who I am. And that's a knuckle cracker. I simply am going to crack my knuckles, and we're going to have to get used to that. Same with my neck. I'd pop my back right now, but I couldn't do it without face revealing. Energy drink, caffeinated beverage of choice. General caffeinated beverage, Barq's root beer. It's the one I drink specifically because it is the only root beer that is caffeinated that is widely available. I don't really drink energy drinks. I think maybe Monsters probably. Oh my gosh, I found out they don't make Chaos Monsters anymore. I don't think so anyway. That's so sad. I loved Chaos Monsters. My hair looks so fluffy right now. Sorry, I just noticed that. It's like a fuzzy. I needed more gel in it, I guess. I've been trying to wear it curly more often. Like you could see a little bit. Let's see. I'm trying to get to where it's in focus. Yeah, a little bit. I got curly hair naturally, but I mostly like to straighten it. But this past half an hour, not this past half an hour, that was me marking the timer. Get rid of our squares if there were any. Happy International Femboi Day. Is it indeed International Femboi Day? If so, Happy International Femboi Day to you. Monster the drink. Indeed. The Chaos Monsters were so good. That was like, I remember I did a middle school project where it was really just an excuse to stay up all night, where a friend of mine and I, like, the experiment for the science fair was, does sleep deprivation cause what is the decline, what is the measure of like the decline in physical ability? And so like me and a friend of mine decided to stay up all night, and so I think we both we had a sleepover. We planned when we woke up that morning, we planned to stay up till then. And I think at like the 12 or 16, we did it like as scientifically as I think like a middle schooler could, where it was like we did like a midway measure. We measured at the end, at the beginning. We made sure the time intervals were all like accounted for. But I remember one of the things I was most excited for was I was rarely allowed to have energy drinks. But to stay up all night, I convinced my parents to get us some energy drinks for my friend and I to share. Apparently that monster came back as Monster Chaotic Punch. I don't know. I don't trust him to not have fucked with the recipe. I'll have to try it one of these days though. I don't know what an energy drink would do to me nowadays, to be honest. I don't know what effect that would have. like I don't know the person I would be on an energy drink. Does that sound insane to say? Gotta go. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day or night, evening, afternoon, morning, time zone. I'm so sleepy, you guys. I want to take the fattest nap right now. Honestly, a great monster flavor was the one that was recently released. Monster Juice Viking Berry. Addicted to it. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'd be willing to try it. But man, what I wouldn't do for one of those chaos monsters. So it's like the chaos monsters were very core to like my memory, and God, what year would that have been? Early 2000s. That was like 2000 to 2005 that science fair thing occurred in. So I'm loving the cozy vibes. Thank you. I think it's funny because I don't always plan to, like, and I think I haven't always been super cozy in the topics of discussion and just talking at normal volume and stuff. But I think it's a funny contrast with the visuals to be sort of cozy and define a certain style and everything, and then also just come in and be like, this is Stone Taco Bell ASMR. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try and take a bite of my fries because I am very hungry still. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. What the fuck? I gotta take a nap and I got a snack. Is what I need. Did they not give me a fork? Oh no. I might be screwed. No fork. Sag. Sorry, I know that was not graceful, but there was just simply no graceful way to open that, and I really want to fry. Oh my gosh, and now my mouth is like burning because that Taco Bell is so spicy. Middle school science fair in the early 2000s. Does this witch have an 8 in their damn birth year? I do not. No 8s in there, but I think the school I went to was like a couple of years. I think it was like academically ahead, but in some ways, but there were other ways in which it was sort of behind the times, kind of in good ways. But 90% of the students there didn't like me very much. So not great, but who has a great middle school experience? Middle school is just bad for everybody, always. It shouldn't be that way. It sucks on an individual scale, but on a greater scale, middle school is just a bad time. It's just not great. It's rough. High school, I think, is a mixed bag. Elementary elementary school, I think, is usually pretty good. I think people are usually pretty carefree. I think, kindergarten, preschool, all of that, you're too young to really have many you're not fatigued by the world at all. You're not. I think the changes that kids are going through are scary, but they're exciting. But then the changes you're going through as a middle schooler, high schooler, are not fun and exciting. As a kid, it's like, this is my first time going out, and I get to meet all these other people that are my size, and there's all of them. But it's not the same experience in middle school. I feel like my posture has been pretty good because my back has been hurting, but my back has been hurting, so I've been trying to keep my posture good. But it's like not. It's not helping. The better posture makes it hurt worse. Underdeveloped muscles in that area. But I don't think this helps. I think corsets actually can hurt the muscle. Not hurt necessarily, but I think you can somewhat atrophy the muscles wearing anything that helps support your posture, because your muscles are then no longer doing the supporting, or at least not all of it. But regardless, it's gonna look cute. I don't want to wear one all the time. I'm not into the tight lacing or permanent, not permanent, but I guess predominant lifestyle corsetry. I just want a corset to look a little cute, and sometimes I just want to look a little cute. That's all. Which I do need to finish up that sort of little fashion boy video that I recorded yesterday. I need to sort of get some dialogue in there. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to structure it, but I'm excited to show my outfits off. I had fun playing dress up. I think I'm going to orient it as examples of alternative femboy fashion type of video, more so than a guide to thrift shopping, or because they are all thrifted outfits, but that's mostly just because it's an easy way for me to experiment around with clothes for fairly cheap. But I'm not an expert at it. I'm not that good at it, so it's I get lucky sometimes, but so I don't want to try and talk too much about it, considering I'm not super familiar with, I just haven't thought much about the strategies of thrifting and stuff. So I think trying to come up with points just to have a video that has 5 points or 3 points or whatever, it's not something I'd want to watch from the other end, so I don't want to really make it. But I'm pretty comfy with the topic of alternative styles, and kind of incorporating that in sort of a more femboy sort of way. And I just want to show some looks that diverge more strongly from the socks and or the striped socks and fishnets, and generally I think femboy outfits are thought of as pretty scantily clad, or showing a lot of skin and stuff. And I've never really been somebody in my day-to-day style. I always prefer to be covered up. I like wearing three jackets. Dracula jackets? Sure, actually, that sounds cool. I like wearing 3 Dracula jackets. I like coats. I like sweaters. I like layers. So, it's always been a little bit, I don't want to say like hard to find representation, because I don't mean that in like a social justice representation kind of way, but just in like a wanting to see other people who maybe dress kind of similar to you. I don't see a ton of people that like branch out really far from like femboi style, but still stay within the range of, I guess, the genre. I don't know what else to call it, the style. The word femboi is so weird to use as like a style, because it's not, there's like a sort of style attached to it that is the predominant one, but I don't even know. It's like, because it just sort of it's a word that describes a person, but that person can look across like a wide range of appearances. Like, you know, when I throw on like 3 sweaters and I have like a nice blouse under it, and I have my nails painted and my hair's, all fixed up, and I have makeup on and everything, I would argue that's a femboi look, despite not having a single inch of me available to see below like my jawline. And I just like, I don't know, I want to show other people that you can do other stuff with feminine style on a masculine presenting body. Is that maybe I don't, like I said, it's very difficult to pin down any actual meaning for the word femboi. But yeah, I guess I just want to kind of give some thoughts to think for people about what, femboi can look like outside of the striped socks and all of that. And those aren't, I'll admit, I shit on them more than I should, because I think it's a funny joke. But I'm sure people who like that maybe disagree. Yeah, I just, because and to be clear, I did the whole striped socks and fishnets, and I still have some fishnets. I think I still have a pair of striped socks somewhere. But I mean, like, I think when people think about like breaking away from the striped socks, they think about like, oh yeah, I'll get some thigh highs that have lace instead. And I'm like, hold on. I think you're still thinking within the confines of something that you don't have to think in. Like, vkei is one of my favorite styles. It's sort of a style that I'm very inspired by the last couple of years. And it's all about layers and layers and layers and layers and earthy tones. There's a darker version of the style that's a little bit more monochrome. Monotone? Monochrome. Monotone is voice. I just threw myself off so hard, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Okay, monochrome. vkei, different femboi styles. Okay, yeah, we got back. Yeah, I just think it's like that's still thinking within like a certain confine that you don't have to, versus like, like I will wear like a full on, like right now, what do I have on? Let me come a little closer. I wish I had some jewelry on. I wish I had put something on, because I feel a little plain, but like I have like a nice green cardigan on, like a long sleeve, like, you see, like puffy sleeve shirt. His collar is literally buttoned all the way up. And then it's like, at that point I think then like maybe it helps to have things like, if you have longer hair or a wig or whatever, but you can use like, more feminine shoes, have like more fitted pants. And I would argue, again, that's a femboi style of look, if that's the presentation that you sort of angle it as. And I think, maybe it's outside of the bounds of what people would consider femboi for some people, but for me, it's like, I will go out and wear this and regularly get people using she her pronouns for me, being kind of, there's a certain confused look that you can tell when people are going back and forth between what they should use, and then they figure out how to default to something else. But so it's like, and I don't think necessarily that's not a facet that necessarily defines like being a femboy, but I think it's one that maybe is indicative of it. Absolute goals. SalemAudio femboy. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I try. I do what I can. I've been trying to get back into fashion and stuff lately because I really fell into a slump for quite some time. I really just had to refresh my style. I had to go in a fully different direction. I used to be very, I would say, like goth adjacent. I was extreme enough that it was like could have been goth if like notably goth if it was like in the right direction, if I was styled the right way, but I was just styled in a different direction. But yeah, so I was really into like vkei, like the music we were listening to yesterday, a lot of the bands and everything. Vkei bands with dramatic clothes, dramatic makeup, and I really liked a lot of that, and I always tried to get my wardrobe as close to a casual version as I could of it. And I was pretty happy with it, but I was never fully satisfied. Whereas now I walk into my closet and I kind of, well, I don't walk into my closet, but I walk up to my closet. And it's just like, I know I can pick out like certain things I like. I can just be like, oh, let's wear this shirt today. And I have like a few jackets that'll go with it. Let's wear this one. Like, which is just really nice because before all of my stuff was sort of pre-assembled outfits. Where it was like, okay, this shirt goes with these pants, goes with these shoes, and those are the only things in my closet that these go with because this is an outfit. Which isn't bad to have some of, but I think I had too much of that, whereas now, I have a lot of sort of olive greens, forest greens, a lot of greens. It's mostly greens, blacks, whites, creams, little bit of purple, some other sort of random little splotches of color here and there, but my closet is mostly, like I said, green, cream, white, and black. And everything generally kind of matches pretty well. I can throw something together and it'll look passable. New layout looks sick. Thank you. Hey, how have you been? I appreciate it. I've been playing around with my camera and lighting and everything. Been with all these IRL streams I've been doing. So we're getting to somewhere that I think that I've liked each setup a little bit more and more with each stream. So I'm hoping I probably will never keep anything consistent. I just kind of set up, and if it looks pretty, that's where the camera goes. It's just mostly a matter of oh, I tapped the mic, sorry. Mostly just a matter of getting into a place where both the camera can see these and and I have easy access to them for all of the ASMR and tingles and whatnot. Oh gosh, my back is like the one place I need to crack right now. I can't. Because again, I'm not willing to face reveal to crack my back. Close though. It's very annoying. Hold on, I think I just gotta move out of frame and do this. Old man walking around holding my back. It won't even pop. I can stretch it out a little bit though. That feels better. it really does feel like I've suddenly aged 40 years in like 1 year. I'm like, oh, my back. But hey, there's lots happened in 1 year. These years lately, they do seem to be somehow running so long and also so short. Time has really not been real since COVID and everything. It's just, I think the couple years preceding that, all the years since, a blur. Oh, but yeah, what I was saying about the like femboi fashion stuff is just like, yeah, I just want to show some different like alternative styles. I might do another one later because I have some more outfits I'd like to show off and some, darker styles, because this time I kept it mostly pretty casual, a little cottagecore, a little cozy. But next time maybe I'll do some edgier outfits and stuff, because I think there's also ways to sort of, I kind of wanted to show stuff that wasn't super like sultry or anything this time for the more modest femboys. But I also want to do one with that sort of has some clothing that's styled in a little bit more of that. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think there's a certain sleazy aesthetic that both femboys and people who are into femboys like, not like by and large, but just as a trend. And I think I have some outfits that maybe would be more indicative of that style that I think I could show that are still fit for daily wear, something you can, wear out to a park and, maybe raise an eyebrow, but it's not going to be anything saucy or whatever, just like shoulders showing or something with like a back cut out or whatever. So I have some clothes a little bit like that too, that I thought would be nice to show off as like a way of like, hey, again, you can have like a feminine style and it doesn't necessarily have to involve. I'm personally still getting comfortable with the idea of wearing dresses and skirts myself. I don't know if I'll choose to continue to do so, but I want to explore that. But some people choose not to. Some people try it. They just don't like it. Whether they're uncomfortable with it or they just don't like the look of it on them. So I wanted to do like stuff that's like femboy but doesn't have any obvious like feminine clothing. Button-up shirts, like blouses and stuff, are much probably, especially maybe for people who are starting who aren't super gung-ho about like, I want to try really like I want to try the advanced femboy fashion right away. Being able to throw on like kind of a stealth cardigan and a white button up and some pants that maybe have a little bit of a softer silhouette than what you're used to. I think things like that are much more approachable, so I just want to give other ideas for what being a femboy can be. Hope you've been doing okay lately. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well lately. I think the last couple months have been a real improvement in how things have been going for me, which is a weird thing because it's like my personal situation and external, like, the world are a little bit different. But I've been happy enough with how things are going. Personally, had a little bit of a rough spot before those couple months. But it's been a journey to get through, but we're alive. So we're doing good. Finally getting my YouTube channel back on track. I do need to, I'm slowly getting to a point where it's like, hey, buddy, you gotta upload again soon. Before you can't say that you're back on track anymore. But I have some stuff that's ready to upload, some of my Flash commissions, so I think there were some cute ones that came out of that. I really enjoyed the ideas people sent in, so I think I was able to make all but a couple, and some took me like way longer than I thought they would because it started raining, and then it rained for like 3 days, so I couldn't record, and then family had a health condition and, had to stay home, and so I couldn't record. It was a mess. It was a bad mix of circumstances, but regardless of that, all of the ones I was able to get to were very fun. I really liked, I only chose the ones that I felt I was able to do well, and I think I got all but maybe one or two, so I think I've got like 7 or 8 audios. I don't know, can't remember which ones are YouTube safe, but I think the vast majority of them were, so my back is still killing me. I legitimately might have to like end stream and go take some like ibuprofen and lay down. This is like actually getting a bit distracting, unfortunately. And it's just like with the fatigue, the back hurting, a little bit of hunger left over, dry mouth. I'm going through a wild sensory experience right now. So I do think we're probably gonna start calling it there. How long have we been streaming? Is this an acceptable amount of time to be streaming? We had two despawns, right? Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna, I think, start calling it there because I'm aching. I'm hurting my back. Like I said, old man stream. Go sleep, take care of yourself. Thank you. Same to you guys. I'm gonna go sit down. We're gonna find somebody to raid. I'm gonna turn off my mic and we're just gonna vibe to the BGM for a moment, and then I will send you off. I'm not promising that it'll be somewhere ASMR-y. There's our despawn. Speak of the devil. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll end up sending you guys off to somewhere with like ASMR. It might just be like gaming or something, so heads up. But thank you all for coming. This wasn't super ASMR-y, sort of just a just chatting stream and me complaining about being hungry. So thank you guys for sticking around. But it was nice, always nice seeing you guys. I will talk to you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.